Good morning, everybody, and welcome to The Brief, a place where fear porn does not exist. Let's go ahead and get into it. Number one, deadly winter storm hits U.S. Midwest and Northeast. A massive winter storm is sweeping from the Midwest to the Northeast, dumping heavy snow and disrupting travel across more than 75 million people in states like Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, and New England. Now, this makes the first major winter blast of December. The forecasts are warning of dangerous roads, power outages, and flight delays. Now, why is this important to preppers? Well, events like this kind of underscore the need for cold weather readiness in regions prone to seasonal extremes. Preppers should prioritize building at least a 72-hour or longer emergency kit with items like non-perishable food, water purification tools, battery-powered radios, and insulated clothes to handle isolation from the services that we normally have. It also highlights the value of alternative heating sources, kind of like propane stoves and such. Also, vehicle winterization to avoid being stranded during blackouts or grid failures. Yeah, that's a tricky one when we start talking about the winter and no power and gigantic storms that are coming to get us. So, no fear, just use your brain. Number two. Sorry, guys, I need a little bit of coffee. These morning reports are kind of getting me. Number two, ongoing devastation from Hurricane Melissa in Jamaica and Caribbean. That's interesting. If you guys, it's I'm going to tell you some crazy stuff here, okay? But nobody's really talking about it because Jamaica's basically destroyed. So, Hurricane Melissa, that rare Category 5 storm, it intensified. They're saying that it was intensified by climate change, but we all know that's bunk. It struck Jamaica a month ago, causing widespread destruction. And scientists note that it's one of the strongest Atlantic landfalls on record, with lingering effects including flooding, infrastructure damage, and recovery challenges across the Caribbean. Now, why is this important to preppers? This should be a reminder of supercharged hurricanes becoming the norm due to warming oceans. The oceans have been getting a little warmer, but it happens every summer. We should be urging preppers in coastal or tropical zones to fortify evacuation plans and home resilience. I would go with home resilience even more unless you're in an area where you're just going to get squashed. Now, thinking about things like storm shelters or elevating storage for supplies, this emphasizes long-term stockpiling for post-disaster scenarios like water filtration for contaminated sources and community networks for mutual aid, as government responses can lag in remote areas. Let's face it, the government hasn't been very good at taking care of us, and rightfully so. You should be taking care of yourself. All right. As this is a one take, you're going to get all the coffee sips and coughs that I can muster first thing in the morning. So, number three, Russian missile strikes kill 4 in Dnipro, Ukraine. A Russian Iskander missile attack on Dnipro, Ukraine killed at least 4 civilians and injured over 40, escalating the ongoing conflict amid stalled peace talks. The strike highlights persistent urban targeting with reports of damages or damaged infrastructure and civilian evacuations. Now, why is this important to preppers? Geopolitical flashpoints like this can trigger supply chain disruptions. Things like fuel or grain shortages, or even cyber retaliation affecting global stability. And preppers monitoring international tensions should focus on diversified food sources for at least 3 to 6 months worth, and off-grid communication tools like ham radios to stay informed if local news fails. It also reinforces the need for personal defense training in cases of spillover unrest or refugee-driven border issues. And this is more focused on my followers that are actually over there in Europe. Maybe, you should probably do some of those things. Number 4, Peru landslide Landslide sinks boats, killing 12 with 50 missing. A devastating landslide at a river port in Peru's Amazon region submerged 2 docked boats, killing at least 12, including children, and leaving around 50 unaccompanied for. Rescue efforts are hampered by remote terrain and ongoing rain. Now, why is this important to preppers? Landslides exemplify sudden, localized disasters in rugged or flood-prone areas, often catching communities off guard. Preppers in similar environments, mountainous, ravines, in the U.S. regions, should drill family escape routes and assemble go bags with flotation devices, first aid kits, signaling tools, and such. This event stresses community-level preparedness, like mapping high-ground shelters to boost survival odds when official aid is delayed. So having a bug-out plan. Yeah. Number 5. U.S. tightening immigration reviews after National Guard shooting. This one's a little... Just bear with me on this one. The White House is accelerating stricter legal immigration checks following the shooting of 2 National Guardsmen in Washington, D.C. last week. This comes amid broader shifts, including proposed travel bans and debates over migrant-related security risks. Now, why is this important to preppers? Heightened border tensions and policy crackdowns could lead to civil unrest, resource strains, or economic ripple effects. Things like labor shortages, inflating food prices, and preppers preparing for social friction should enhance home security. Things like reinforced doors, surveillance, and maybe some financial buffers against inflation. It also prompts reviewing bug-out plans for urban areas, ensuring mobility kits, including include some cash, IDs, self-defense items to navigate potential checkpoints or protests. Now, with that last one, the immigration issue is becoming pretty serious here in the United States. The government they're going full tilt boogie. They're showing up in places where we've never seen them before, and it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, but the key is don't get caught up in it. The key is continue to move, and what's going to happen is what's going to happen. So, yeah, I hate to say it, but it's very true. It's very true. Okay, guys, that's going to be about it for this morning. Do me a favor, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done it yet, and as usual, stay vigilant. Bye-bye.